Hello and welcome to a new edition and a new season of Sand Shark Bites.
That's right.
USCB Sports Information Director Justin Jarrett and my trusty sidekick James A. Duffy, English professor and Sand Shark fan extraordinaire. Renaissance man, a little bit of everything here at USCB. We're excited to be here because it means a new season is upon us.
Yeah, man. It's we've already started the athletic season with one outing from one team. We got more teams coming up right here in the near future.
Yeah, it's breathing down our necks. You mentioned the track and field team has kind of unofficially kicked it off. They went to what is a meet in the indoor track season technically, but we only compete in outdoor track and field. So it was actually an outdoor meet, but part of the indoor season. It's a weird deal doing outdoor distances and things like that.
But we didn't send the whole track and/or field squad, but
not
we did
even close.
Set some new records anyhow.
Yeah, we did. Just took a handful of people down to Embry-Riddle, Daytona Beach, Florida, a couple weekends ago, and 5 school records. Now 3 of those are in indoor events that we don't often compete in. The 60 meters on the women's side, and the 60-meter hurdles on the women's side as well. And then I guess just 2 of them, and then the other 3, both pole vaults and the triple jump on the women's side, all fell. So that's exciting stuff.
So on top, that's Taylor Superior in the 60-meter hurdles.
Yes.
Shay Williams with the triple
Shay
jump.
Williams in the triple. Faith Calloway in the women's 60 meters. And then in the pole vaults, Caitlin Schindler and one of the Hutchinson brothers. I think it was Jacob.
It's Jacob, but we'll get back to you on that one.
We're still trying to sort those 2 out in my head.
They're both nothing from the control room on that.
They're both trouble.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's exciting, and the pole vault is really exciting, and apparently had the other teams, Warner and Weber, 2 of the top teams in our conference, kind of asking questions and looking a little fearful.
Scrambling to get their own pole vaulters out there.
You guys have pole vaulters? Because if you don't know, that's one of the areas where our conference has been historically pretty weak. And in fact, I think everyone who cleared a height last year scored points. So points are there for the taking.
Yeah.
And Bernard Gaither, who will definitely get on the program very soon to talk about track and field, is he's nothing if not a strategic man. He's schemed. He's looked at rosters and last year's results and tried to figure out where he can find points. And pole vault is one of the spots. And we've got a gentleman who's joined our staff who is Kenneth Mcdaniel is his name. He is a fantastic pole vault coach. Coached, I believe, like the last 5 state champions in high school in Virginia, and retired down to Beaufort and has become our volunteer assistant pole vault coach and has them working out here on campus. And
we have a pole vault pit here on campus now, so that's a big deal. He
found it for a song and brought it down, and we're developing pole vaulters here, so it's very exciting.
And in turn, we're trying to develop the entirety of the track and field program by starting to raise money and a capital campaign for fundraising for a track facility that now in his retirement, Coach Kimball, Larry Kimball, is going to be actively pursuing you people for money to help build this. You people, you television watchers, you people who are tuned into the county channel and are appreciative of what happens here in Beaufort County, and knowing that a track and field facility will not just benefit our university but also the community at large. We've got some real plans for what we're going to do with that facility once it's built here on this campus. And so starting that off with the LK 5K.
Yeah, we are. We met a couple months ago and talked about Coach Kimball's upcoming retirement. This is a guy who's been with the university since before athletics began. Actually, was a part of the developing the plan to start athletics, and so it's a big deal that he's retiring. And we wanted to send him off in the right way. And we all agreed that the best way would be to start a race in his honor. He is the master race planner. He never has the spotlight on him. He's always doing the behind-the-scenes work. So we started secretly planning the LK 5K behind his back, and had a nice little reveal to him a couple of weeks ago, where we posed a staff meeting and got everyone there, and then had a bunch of, it's kind of a This Is Your Life thing where we had a lot of people who were special guests who came in, and we revealed that information to him. So now he's been out with his wheel trying to figure out, help us find a course on campus to run the 5K. So,
which is going to be when?
It's going to be on April 2nd.
April 2nd.
Registration is available through runsignup.com. I think you may be able to find a link through Palmetto Running Company's website as well. Rob Fife from Palmetto Running Company has helped us organize this, and they'll be donating their services to operate the race on race day. So it's going to be fantastic. $25 to run the 5K with a t-shirt, $20 without a t-shirt, and we're working on the details to offer a discount as well to USCB students, faculty, and staff. So hopefully we'll have a great turnout here on campus on April 2nd and raise a lot of money to start Larry's kitty for his track and field facilities fund. It's going to be a lot of fun. It
should be great. If you have any questions about what we're planning on doing, you can look at Becky Hayden's proposal that she submitted to the Student Research and Scholarship Day a couple of years ago, and it's pretty detailed idea anyhow of what we'd like to see happen here.
Yeah, so it's exciting times for track and field. Yeah, you mentioned that we only showed a couple of cards when we went down there. We've got, I think, about 70 kids for track and field this year, and they're coming out of the woodwork. I'm telling you, almost every day we bump into somebody who, hey, I was thinking about, I ran track in high school, I was thinking about joining up, and Gaither's taking all comers. He'll find an event for you and find some points at that conference meet. So it's very exciting. And then we have the excitement of baseball and softball on the horizon. Yeah. It has climbed up on me for sure, and now our countdown is dwindling here. Saturday afternoon, softball gonna get things started. That's February 4th if you're keeping track at home. Montreat coming down again to open the season, a doubleheader starting at 1 o'clock out in Hardeeville. And we will talk to Coach Heberling in just a minute to talk about the upcoming season. It's going to be exciting. I'm excited to see this team.
We're going to carry about 3 or 4 of the softball games here on the Beaufort County channel too, and the first one will be Saturday, February 10th at I think I want to say it's 2 o'clock, or Friday, February the 10th. Sorry.
I believe that's a baseball game.
No, baseball's Wednesday.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Wednesday the 8th.
Baseball plays at home on the 10th and 11th as well.
Then I may be confused, but I thought it was the first softball game. There will be a game broadcast Friday, February 10th, and it will either be baseball or softball.
Yeah.
Right here on the County
Channel.
On the County Channel. What's new for softball? What do we know? What do we know? What's exciting?
Well, we'll get into it in pretty in depth
Coach
with
H,
Coach H, but a lot of new faces.
A lot of
newcomers, some fresh blood, and a lot of excitement. I mean, they're a very versatile team. I think they're gonna run a little bit more than last year. Mm-hmm. You know, we've lost all the big boppers the past couple of years, the home run hitters, but we've got a couple new ones, but we've also got some speed, and I think we'll play a little bit different game, and we've got some pitching depth. It's going to be fun to see how the young players develop, but I know Coach is really pleased with the way they're coming together as a team and excited to see what they can do when they get to play against somebody else.
And I'm just excited for it to start.
Yeah, me
opening day. Nothing like opening day in our sports here in Hardeeville, and it's a great time to be alive.
Yeah, yeah. Baseball was supposed to open this weekend.
It's supposed to be a big weekend for everybody, but
we lost that weekend series. But we'll get started on Wednesday against St. Andrews, which is interesting because Coach Christian, Bam Christian, came from the Appalachian Athletic Conference, and he's going to open up against a team he knows a lot about from his previous 2 stops. So should be a good starter, and then a big weekend series against Southeastern starting conference play right after that. So going to be a fun week for USCB baseball. We'll get a real good idea of where we stand with them, and we'll also we have double booked guests this week. We've got softball preview with Coach H coming up, and then we've got a baseball preview with Coach Bam and Coach Roberts, getting him his Sand Shark Bites debut. So we'll preview all of that. And then you had one thing that you wanted to talk about.
I did, and I'll probably talk about this again and again. And it's something that just came up in one of my classes the other day. I've got a student who, Tristan Triplet, not Taylor Triplet, which I had said earlier. No relation. We do miss Taylor Triplet on the softball field, but Tristan Triplet is an interesting addition to the USCB community. He is a Renaissance man in his own right.
He is.
A brilliant mind and talented actor. But we were talking in one of my classes, and he brought up this charity that he had started with his dad a few years ago after visiting the Dominican Republic. where he described to me how he saw kids playing baseball there. This was when he was 14, and he and his father worked together and developed Give One Glove, and can be found at giveoneglove.com. And it asks for you if you've got an extra old baseball mitt sitting around. They'll take new ones too, certainly. But if for those of us parents whose kids have grown up playing ball, you've had several gloves in your life along the way. And if you're not using it anymore, pass it along to giveoneglove.com, and you'll send it to them, and they'll arrange with some group to get those down to the Dominican, where those kids are using pieces of wood for bats and kind of making a ball with whatever they can make a ball out of. So we'll talk more about giveoneglove.com as we move forward.
I had no idea until you told me about that, but that's
he was trying to. He's very modest. He's a very modest young man too, and he didn't really want to bring it up to seem like he was, I don't know, showboating or something. But I'm going to showboat him.
Yes, and I will as well.
We're going to work on that. So send your money to Larry Kimball. Send your gloves to Tristan Triplet. Send your love to us.
So, and then all we have left after that is men's women's golf. They're still a couple weeks away from getting started, so we'll take a closer look at them before they hit the links. But right now they're hard at practice, and of course both those teams are powerhouses, top 25 every year, often in the top 10. So we always have high expectations for them and looking forward to a great season. But for now, the spotlight on baseball and softball. So without further ado, let's catch up with Coach Laura Heberling and preview the upcoming Sand Shark softball season right here on Sand Shark Bites. Joined now on Sand Shark Bites by Sand Shark Bites veteran Laura Heberling, USCB softball coach. And Coach, it's almost upon us. The countdown has been going on for a couple of weeks now, and we're down to the final days. Getting started this Saturday against Montreat, which has kind of become our annual season opener, it feels like. We've opened with them several times now. And always exciting to start a new season, and I know that you and Coach Allie are very excited about this new group of Sand Sharks. Kind of got some new blood, a lot of freshmen and a couple of transfers. And just tell us a little bit about what to expect out of Sand Shark softball this season.
Yeah, we're really excited. The girls have come in and just kind of made things happen. They're working tremendously hard every single day. Something we always talk about at the end of practice is getting better every day and, kind of putting the final product together. And with so many new people, it doesn't feel like that. They have all just gelled and they've all just come together and kind of, figured out this is what we need to do to accomplish the things we want to. We have players coming early most every day to practice to get things that they want to accomplish a little bit better that day, or work on to get better so that when it comes time to game time we're ready to go. So there's a lot of fight and there's a lot of competitiveness right now. So
you kind of had that same situation last year with a lot of new kids and didn't have the experience. Really grew as the season went along, and at the end of the season were really playing your best ball and made a good run in the conference tournament. But I know there's a hunger there too with the returning players, and this year's motto, unfinished business. You guys feel like there's more to accomplish.
Yeah, so the girls I talked to them in the summer to the fall, and I asked them, what kind of motto do you want this year? And one of them mentioned, unfinished business, and everybody was like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. We have some unfinished business. We've every year we finish first or second in the conference tournament or regular season, and then, if we make it to the next step, it's at the opening round, and we've come up short here and there, and we just have some unfinished business to take care of, and, they really see that, and they want to accomplish it, and they want to make a statement. So I think it's something that they just want to put their little trademark on and, come away with something that really they've put their time and energy into. So.
One thing I've noticed from the couple times I've been out to practice and stuff is a lot of versatility with this team. We've got a lot of players who can play all over the diamond, catchers who are also infielders who can play the outfield. That's a nice problem to have as a coach, to really have to think about it when you're filling up the lineup card, and you can really mix and match some things and do some different things. So I know you're looking forward to not having to write the same 9 names down every day. You can definitely mix it up and go with the hot hand.
Yeah, most definitely. Something I've talked to the team about has been, we've got to be able to hit the ball. you know, you hit the ball, you score runs, and if you know, we can keep our pitchers and our defense to, you know, limit as many runs as possible. But if we're hitting the ball, we're taking care of it. And I've told the girls, if you're hitting the ball, we've got to find you a spot, you know. And at the end of the day, don't get comfortable with where you're at, you know, because you could be somewhere the next day. And you know, so girls are going different places and kind of just being ready, because you know, at the end of the day, we've got to have more runs than the other team, and our bats have to come alive and stay alive. So you know, we're looking forward to that. And like I said, it may be different here and there, but coming into the 1st of February, we have a lot of ranked teams we're playing, which is really great. But we've got to kind of find our consistency and a pattern, so you know, we can beat some of those teams and get back into where we need to be, so that we can, you know, continue what we've started. So the girls know that, and they're ready to fight for it.
Yeah, it's going to be a really tough schedule. The conference continues to get better and better every
Yes.
year. Of course, Southeastern ranked in the top 5 right now. Weber International coming off a great season. Kaiser has been at the bottom of the ranks, but with a new coach who's very successful in her career, they're going to be getting better. It really is getting better and better. And then February 16th through the 18th, going to be exciting out in Hardyville, the NAIA Southeastern Challenge, and we'll have a whole bunch of top 25 teams out there. Going to be great for softball fans to see that. Yeah,
you know, we're really looking forward to it. And you know, as far as the ranked teams, our conference has just keeps getting stronger year in and year out. And you know, I look forward to if that much competition is happening, that you know, we have more teams that are represented in the NAIA and opening round and all of that. And it's good competition within us. And then, you know, going through the Southern Challenge that we're hosting, I think there's 4 teams that are ranked in the top 15, and I believe we're receiving votes. And so it's going to be like a battle, and we're excited about it. You wanna be the best, you got to play the best. So that's how I feel.
All right, we're looking forward to a great season. You can catch all the games broadcast either on the Sandshark Game Day Network through Stretch Internet or right here on the County Channel. And I'll be on the call for many of those. Coach Ed will be a little busy with baby Hollis nowadays. Things have changed for you guys, but going to be an exciting season. We look forward to it, and we'll see you on Saturday out in Hardyville, Coach.
Awesome, thank you.
We'll be right back with more here on Sandshark Bites.
At the University of South Carolina, Beaufort, we offer small classes, individual attention, and an affordable education in an atmosphere that fosters diversity and achievement.
We are students.
We field 9 Sandshark sports teams that compete in the Sun Conference.
We are athletes.
We are one university with 2 campuses serving the coastal areas of South Carolina and Georgia.
We are the Low Country.
We are the fastest growing 4-year school in the University of South Carolina system. We are USCB.
Joined now on Sandshark Bites by the USCB baseball coaching staff. Jeremy Christian, better known around here as Bam, joining us for, I believe, the 2nd time, and assistant coach Zach Roberts joining us for the first time here on the program. And guys, it's time. It's go time. We're as we film this, just over a week away from first pitch against St. Andrews on February the 8th, and an exciting time, I know, for you guys and for all Sandshark fans. Let's talk a little bit just about this team and what people can expect, and I guess just start off by kind of giving people an idea of what to expect from your teams. You guys have been together for a long time now, so you kind of have a way of playing, a style of play, and what can fans expect to see?
Hopefully it's a good style of baseball, you know, and a good product on the field. We work really hard at making sure our guys are doing the right thing on the field and off the field. At the same time, we want to play the game the right way. You know, so you can expect a lot of hustle, a lot of intensity on and off the field, not a whole lot of standing around or walking, or really we're trying to play the game the correct way. You'll have some energy, not a whole lot of talking and screaming and hooping and hollering from the dugout, but you know, we'll be able to do things the right way. They'll get on off the field, they'll play the game the right way. Hit a home run, we'll get around the bases, we'll keep our helmets on, we'll play the game the right way, and hopefully it's a good product to watch.
And you guys, of course, the fans are familiar with a little bit. They were kind of mad at you the last time they saw you because you beat us in the opening round over at in Savannah. But to now be on this side of things, I guess, Zach, what's your thoughts on the first few months here and you know, on the ground with Sandtark baseball?
Well, it's exciting. You know, when we got here, we know that it was full of talent, and they had a talented team last year. At the end of the day, we felt like we kind of snuck out of there with a W last year. Felt like y'all had a very talented team, and we just found a way to grind and compete long enough to give ourselves a chance last year. But we're definitely excited to join this staff or this team, excuse me, and they're loaded. And we're excited to start this year off, and hopefully we have the right attitude and continue to grind and compete so that we can have a successful season.
Lost a couple of those top pitchers. You're in charge of the pitching staff. What have you seen from the guys that we do have coming back? Julio DePena, Justin Cortez, some of those guys, as well as a number of newcomers. How's that staff shaking up?
I think we have some very good senior leadership. We're anchored by some very good seniors that have some significant innings on the mound coming back with this team, and as well as in talented summer leagues and everything like that. So we got some talented pitchers. The biggest thing is finding roles. You know, we have so much depth. Is going to find roles and having those guys embrace those roles, because everybody right now believes that they're a weekend guy. So, you know, when season starts here in just a couple weeks, is going to be how well those guys accept those roles and thrive in those roles, and it's going to define how successful we are as a pitching staff.
That's always a concern when you come into a new program, especially one that's established and has had success. How do you get those guys to buy in? It seems like the returning guys have bought into the system, and everybody's pulling in the right direction.
Yeah, and they are. And it comes down to your seniors, your old heads, your returners, guys that are in the program. You know, if they don't buy in, then your program's not going to buy in. It's going to delay things. We've been fortunate to everywhere we've been up to this point, from a rebuild here, rebuild there. We've been fortunate enough with older players or returning players, don't have to be old players, but returning players who buy into our vision for our program and what we see going forward, our system, our way of doing things, and really our style of play. And once they do that, then it really shortens the curve. And our guys here have done that. These seniors, and though they've had success, they've got 40 wins, they've won a regular season crown, they've done these things, but at the same time, they have really embraced what we've done. You know, they've been able to come in and buy into our style of play, buy into our practice habits, buy into our vision for the program, and by doing so, it has shortened everything we've done to where now I feel like we can expand and grow this program immediately. It's not a big 3-year, 4-year build. This is something we can do now, and it's a direct result because of the guys in this program right now that want to see this program succeed. They want to see it flourish and get better, and want to be part of that, and so that's made our job a whole lot easier.
Just the one game on February 8th before we get into conference play, and Southeastern, which has been kind of a rival and has a little bit of buzz this year with a new coach of their own coming in from Sterling. Sun Conference is looking pretty tough. How do you take a snapshot of your new conference? What do you see when you look at it? What do you expect?
Well, it's definitely new for us. Coach Roberts and I have been fortunate. We've been in the AAC for years. You know, I was there as a player back in '99, and I really never left. You know, so for almost 20 years I was in that league, and I felt very comfortable knowing the ins and outs of the leagues and the coaching styles, the different programs, and it was comfortable, I guess was the easiest word. And so it's definitely a refreshing breath of air here to come somewhere new. You know, we'd seen the Sun Conference from the outside in and really worked to kind of try to figure it out and how the teams lay out in the past and how we compared. And now you've got a very competitive conference, and you've got you know, four or five real teams at the top who can contend day in, day out to win a conference championship. Your middle of the pack teams are definitely strong enough to steal wins at any time, and even your back end teams, guys that might not have had success in the past, have the ability to steal a win anytime you play, and that's good. You know, that's what you want from a conference. You want non-competitive teams. They can go out and win it every day, and the goal is, of course, for us is to win a conference championship, but for the Sun Conference is to make us the premier conference in the country. You know, from a baseball standpoint, when you're running out there 3 or 4 teams right now, and I think we've got 3 teams in the top 25, 1 receiving votes, you know, we're well on our way, and that's what you want. So when you go out there week in, week out, you're playing against a top 25 team in the country. And so for us, getting used to that's been exciting. It's been fun to prepare. It's been fun to see how we stack up and really, take our game play and our style of play in there. You know, for all the question marks that we don't know, it's equally as important for the other folks in our league, and they don't know us either. You know, so we might not know much about them, but they don't know our style of play. They don't know our offense or our defense, and that in itself is a new challenge for both of us. So we're excited, and we just hope that we can do our due diligence and work hard for our school and do excel in scouting and advanced scouting that we can give our guys an upper hand. You
guys went to Lewiston, Idaho, of course, last year. That's the goal every year in NAIA baseball, to get back there. What's the one thing out there that you want to get back for?
A ring.
Yeah, you can't argue with the ring. Personally, I would love to get in that coaches meeting one more time. I look forward to that day. I'm gonna sit at the table and enjoy my time in that meeting. They always say the first time through there is like a blur. You're trying to figure it out. All the mentors that I'd spoken with and talked with, they basically just said, man, you got to slow down and enjoy the moment. It's a fun moment for your program, and yeah, it was fun and we enjoyed it. But it's business, and when I get out there this time, I'm ready for championship.
Maybe not eat quite as much bite-sized steak this time. Focus more on baseball.
I don't know if you can ever not eat enough bite-sized steak. In fact, that's a big regret. I should have had more bite-sized steak.
Eat more, yeah. I agree with that. I was there in 2012, and I think I've craved it about once a week since.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Idaho does it right.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, well, we look forward to following you on the road to Idaho, and hope that our fans will come along for the ride as well. We'll have every home game broadcast either on the Stretch Internet, on Sandstrike Game Day Network, or right here on the County Channel, and you'll be able to follow all those online and hopefully get out to the ballpark in Hardyville, see some Sandstrike baseball. Thanks for joining us, guys, and we'll see you at the field.
Thank you.
Be right back with more here on Sandstrike Bites. And we're all out of time.
There we go.
Double the guests, I guess kind of triple the guests.
Double
with,
the fun.
Both baseball coaches. Unfortunately, Coach Allie Simmons couldn't join us this morning when we shot the softball interview. She was feeling a little under the weather, but trying to get rested up for Saturday. But great to talk to those coaches, see their excitement as the season approaches, and whenever I talk to them and they're excited about the season, it gets me fired up too. So it's going to be a good time, and this would be the time that we would ordinarily have reserved for the Sandstrike Bites Player of the Week. We're going to hold off on that for another week because we've only had a fraction of one team compete thus far. So, and with 5 school records, I can't pick just one for now. So, great job to all 5 of our new school record holders, and we'll throw you into the mix for the Player of the Week or Athlete of the Week later on in the season. We'll have one for you for sure next week between baseball and softball, and hopefully we'll have a lot of great performances to pick from. And that'll be how we wrap up the show from here on out, as our longtime viewers know. But with that vacant space, it's just time for us to sign off, and we'll be back to share more Sandstrike Bites with you next week, same time, same place. Until then, keep those fins up.